Hey everyone, this is Erin, that girl from Jersey, and that girl from Jersey's in Baltimore right now with someone that I'm having this deja vu full circle moment with, Miss Iyanla Vanzant. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for saying you'll do this interview.
Thank you. You got me at the right time.
I know. Well, you're on tour
Yes.
in MasterPeace. What is MasterPeace?
Okay. Well, MasterPeace is a line of conscious body products that was started by my daughter, but I continued the line. And it's really designed to help you clear your energy as you clean your body. It's designed to help you have a better relationship with your body. And it's designed so that we can elevate our routine of bathing to a ritual of self-care.
I love this. You know, I was talking yesterday about, let me back up for everybody. So I was a producer at The View, as everyone knows, and that's where you and I first met.
Yes.
I was a producer for your first book, and I was assigned, being a producer, you kind of just, Barbara says, here, do this one, do that one, and you come up with your own ideas. But in your case, the booking producer came through, and I guess your publisher had arranged it, and they said, here you go. We don't know this woman yet, but we think. Mm-hmm. Wait, we know. We're onto something here. And I said, well, I love producing We're Onto Something Here guests. So there's no risk there. And I met you, and I just was so smitten because you connect so much with me personally, and your vibrational tone and what my soul needed to hear. I found myself reading your book not because it was a work assignment. I read that book because I just was like a sponge, and I just devoured every word you were saying. Yeah. And then, you went on and you did your TV show, and now you have your own, another TV show, and you're now doing MasterPeace. And, I was saying that when you have really tough days in the entertainment industry, I sometimes just need to shower.
Yeah.
So it's interesting that MasterPeace now is talking, because honestly, like, there's days where it's such negative energy.
Yeah.
And you're just around so many different personalities, and not all of them are nice people.
Right. And it's MasterPeace, P-E-A-C-E.
Right.
Not P-I-E-C-E, because...
I love that you clarified that.
Yeah.
I knew that, but
Yeah.
Maybe how my Jersey accent saying it, I sound like...
No. Because I don't want people to look for MasterPeace.
Like a MasterPeace Theater,
right.
old
no,
fogey.
It's MasterPeace, P-E-A-C-E, because until we clear our energy, we will not be able to MasterPeace. So many people are stuck in the divorce that happened 10 years ago, or the breakup that happened 5 years ago, or the trauma that happened 3 years ago, because they may have moved out of the event, but they haven't cleared their energy, because we're all energetic beings. So I give praise to my daughter, Jamia, to her genius. She started it. And the three things are different about MasterPeace. One, it's made with a base of African black soap. And that's because African black soap uses natural ingredients to come up with the base product of a soap, as opposed to the chemicals. What you put on your body goes into your body. And we're becoming more and more conscious of what we put on our bodies. Even if you go into like Whole Foods or your organic market, you see a lot of cut soaps now, because people are becoming more conscious. The other thing that's very different about MasterPeace is that it's made with herbs and essential oils, which are Mother Nature's medicine. Mother Nature gave us a medicine cabinet, and we now go to the pantry or the drugstore and we forget about nature's medicine. Well, I have it in MasterPeace. And the other thing that I think is different about MasterPeace is each blend, each bottle, each formula comes with an affirmation.
Which is so
important. That while you are washing, you are affirming, or you are releasing, or you are clearing, or you are calling in, depending upon what blend you use, so that you create a different energy in your body. I don't want to teach you to, help you wash your butt. You can do that with Dove.
Dove thanks you for that.
I want to help you build a better relationship with your body, because for the past 34 years, I've helped people clean up their insides. Now I want to help them clean up the outside.
How do we get in that moment where we all get so stuck? So prime example. I'm launching this show.
Yeah.
I'm a TV producer by trade. I'm a mom. I think I do relatively a good job doing everything.
Ask the kids, they'll tell you.
Right? But I still get to these moments where I just feel my body. It's more of a jarring feeling than a crossroad, right?
Yeah.
So sometimes I notice there's a fork in the road,
Right.
and I'm conscious of the fork. Sometimes I just feel like I'm like have to push myself through that door, and I'm rewarded when I do. But why do we feel like, what is that pressure we're putting on ourselves?
The need to be in control, and that, that's number one human addiction is not food or drugs or sex or shopping or cigarettes. It's control. And so whenever we are not in control or don't believe we're in control or have control over the various elements of whatever it is that we're doing, there'll be that hesitation. Because the little self or the ego self really wants you to look for the danger and look for what's wrong. And, if you think this is not going to work, I'm not going to be successful, something's going to, you're not a fool, you're going to back up. But it's the other part. It's the part of light. It's the part of greatness. It's the divinity, the nobility that will push you through the door and override the ego's fear of losing control.
Sometimes I'm worried that when I get that way, maybe I'm punishing myself because I might not be wanting it badly enough, or I'm not doing something good enough, or I'm not as dedicated. I mean, I'm should-having, right?
Yes,
I'm
right.
doing all of that. So, it makes me feel like I'm lazy sometimes, or I want to be just on the couch.
Yeah. Well, what's wrong with on the couch?
It's not. But
I've had some fun times on the couch.
I know, you're right. I just don't want to be on the couch because I'm afraid to do what I'm supposed to do.
But that's part of the problem as human beings. We think about everything.
Yeah.
And that's what the mind does. And what we want to do is become more mindful of observing our thoughts as opposed to reacting to them. Sometimes you need to put your butt on the couch or in the tub or in the chair. Sometimes you need to be in the basement by yourself. But we want to give ourselves permission to do that. Got to be busy, got to be running, got to be doing all the time. And then we can't hear the inside. And that's how we end up stuck in this energy of things long gone.
Yeah. And there's nothing worse than being stuck in really bad energy.
Yeah, right. Whether it's
or stuck in energy of people doing something that somebody else wants you to do.
Well, that means you're not in your own energy. It's amazing to me. I say this very often. The lights are on and nobody's home. Mm-hmm. How many people are not present in their body? They're present in their problem. They're present in their work. They're present in their upset, but they're not present in their body. And when you're not present in your body, that means somebody else or something else is enjoying your life. When you're not in touch with what your thoughts are, your feelings are, your needs, your desires, when you're not really clear about who you are and why you do what you do, you're not home.
Right.
The lights are on, nobody's home. And we're so busy out there. But
so how can we get back home?
Learn how to breathe. That's the first step.
Breathing or meditating or both?
No, breathing. Just breathe. That's what keeps us in our body. We don't breathe. We sip air.
Yeah, I do that a lot. I sip air.
And as soon as something happens, as opposed to really allowing your lungs to fill up with oxygen. See, that wasn't a breath. You know how I know? Because you're here. The diaphragm is here.
Okay.
So a breath should expand the diaphragm, and it has nothing to do with the chest. You're breathing into your belly, your center. That's where we want to breathe.
But we don't breathe like that. I do that.
Yeah. Why? Oxygen. Probably haven't had any in a while. It'll get you high.
We noticed yesterday we were taking photographs and we all held our breath.
I know, like somebody could see you breathing. Right?
It's not a video even.
Right. And not only do we hold our breath, we get quiet.
Why do we do that?
Why do you do it?
Well, do you do that?
Not anymore.
You used to.
Because I'm home in my body.
That's nice.
So whenever
I want to be home.
Yeah. Whenever I'm doing anything, the first thing I do is, okay, let me come home.
Yeah.
Let me start from home base.
I like that.
So just learning how to breathe would be the first step. meditation is always good. But before I say meditation, because meditation, people think meditation is not thinking and not, no, meditation is learning how to be observant of your thoughts, not reacting to them or falling into them. But more than meditation for me, I think it's connection. What are you connected to that's grander than you?
Yeah.
Is it the earth? Is it the sky? You know, whatever your religious or spiritual foundation is. I have to be connected to, because my father's deceased, my mother's deceased, my older sister's deceased, my older brother's deceased. So I'm the last one standing.
Wow.
So I can't be out here without adult supervision. I need help. So I got to stay connected to something bigger, grander than me. So I say learning how to breathe, learning how to connect, and connecting through your daily spiritual practice, whatever that's your maintenance plan.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're known for fixing lives and helping people and all amazing things. Does it start with a similar process for everyone that you go into work with?
Everybody. People will write in with their challenge, issue, problem, but for me, it starts with a vision. What is it that I want to present to the world this year that's going to support and help and heal the largest number of people with the least amount of effort? So that's how we find our topics for the year. We create a vision board and we put it on the board. And those are the stories that we look for. And sometimes we find gems along the way that aren't on the board. But usually when we go into each year, each production year, we have a vision of what it is that we want to accomplish. And then we get the stories, and I pray about them, because everybody's not ready for prime time.
No. No, they are not.
Some of those things, I'm like, ooh, I wouldn't let you turn my TV on, much less put you on television. People just aren't ready, but the power and the beauty is people are desperate for help. People are suffering, Erin.
They're starving for it.
Starving, they're suffering. And there is really no need for us to suffer in this land of plenty.
What do you think we can do to help each other?
Can't help each other till you help yourself. Put your own oxygen mask on first. People have to come home. We have to be willing to do the work to heal. And we're not.
I don't think some people are. I don't even know if they're aware they're not healed.
Well, are they aware they're not happy? Are they aware they're not at peace? Are they aware that they mean it in the wet hat cat and nobody wants to be in the room with them? Are they aware of that?
Eeyores. They're like Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh.
Yes.
Oh, must be nice.
Yeah.
That Iyanla has her own show.
Yeah.
She's touring the country. One day. They don't know. They don't know the work that you've put in because they can't identify it with themselves just yet.
But we've become so accustomed to just being miserable and complaining and being unhappy. That's not the way it's supposed to be. But that's because we worship the material over the spiritual. We don't have time to be kind, to be compassionate, to be forgiving. It's rush, 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 rush. Give me. But if you ever get home,
just come home.
That stuff will no longer fulfill you. Some people get off on being upset and crazy and frantic. I can't take it.
It's overwhelming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And more people are getting to that place where they just unplugging. As I travel around the country, I'm surprised at the number of people who don't have televisions.
Yes.
People are pulling out of that.
They're
just pulling out.
And I'm trying to not be so obsessed with always having the phone.
Oh, my phone. I don't even know where my phone is.
I lose it more. I lose my phone every day.
Really?
And I think it's divine intention.
Yeah. I'm not a phone person. Anybody who works with me or for me can tell you, you may have to call me 52 times. And so they know if they call a cell and don't get me, call the house. I'm probably one of the only 8 people left with a house phone. Do you have a house phone?
I do, because it came with the jumbo whatever plan.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't have a phone hooked up to the house phone number. My mom still does.
I do too.
Yeah, I love that. I think there's days where I want to go back to that, which I didn't even think that was a simpler time,
Yeah, it
to be
is.
honest with
Yeah.
you. But, now I feel like to disconnect to connect again
Yeah, absolutely.
would
That's
be
it. Disconnect, unplug
to
in
connect.
order to connect.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's
Exactly.
absolutely necessary because we're getting more and more and more and more frantic, more and more distant. It amazes me. I live out kind of in the country, but when I'm around people and how people walk down the street and will actually avoid your eyes,
Isn't that crazy?
won't
I
even
know.
look at you or come in the place you're there and they won't look at you. We breathe in the same air. And this air that we're breathing
Even if it's
today,
a sniff.
yeah, it's going to be in China tomorrow. Let's send them some good stuff. Let's not be sending them, distance and disconnection and funk. Let's not send them that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So your advice is so profound. We all have bad days though. What do you do? Or who's there for you? Who's your rock?
God,
Okay.
number one.
Love that.
Almond joys. I mean, it ain't that deep, Sometimes you just need some chocolate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I get it.
And, you get yourself, or chicken wing,
A cheeseburger is my counselor.
Okay, right. You know
know?
what? I've had a many a blessed revelation with a chicken wing. Yeah, but I have a team of people who, and I not a team, a community.
Mm-hmm.
I have a community of people who call me on my stuff, who keep me on my game, who support me, who I support. We've been on this journey together for a long time. But it's strange because my best friend from elementary school, we're still friends.
And that says something.
Yeah.
For people who have friends that long.
I just lost there were 3 of us, and we just lost one.
I'm sorry.
Karen Lee, to cancer last year, and her mom. So I still have my childhood friends. I only had 3 of them. I still got them.
It's nice to know, though, because I think that a lot of people stay suffering in silence or stay
Yes.
thrilled and joyous in silence.
Right.
They just don't share. They don't communicate very well. And one of the things I'm a big fan of is just kind of saying it like it is or telling it like it's like with me.
Right.
Not meaning getting and commenting on somebody else's business.
Right.
I try to avoid that now.
Why?
Well, if I'm making an opinion about somebody
Oh, an
else
opinion.
to somebody,
Okay. Yeah.
sometimes I don't think it's in the highest and best.
Right. I
use.
thought you meant talking to other people.
Oh no, I live for this.
Yeah.
I live for the connection.
Right.
And if I'm asked for my opinion, oh gosh, do I love to share it.
But how do you what's the distinction you make between an opinion and an observation? Do you make one?
I do, for sure. Just knowing how it makes me feel, like when I'm not asking somebody for their opinion and I'm going about it, and somebody says, you really could do it this way better, or I don't know why you drive that way because, and I finally started timing it out. Like if it's my mom saying something or my, college roommate or everybody, and everybody, I think in my world meets it with integrity and with love.
Right.
I'll say that, right?
Right.
Because I'd like to think that the people that were telling me things that weren't coming from that are now expunged from my life. said with love. But so for the people that are still there, I try not to, try to receive what they're saying and say, oh, I can tell you really love me, or
Right.
you must mean so much wellness and good for me. But there's times where it's noise.
Right.
And so I don't want to be noise for somebody else. So if it's something big, I guess I do it with my son though. I might say, do you want to bring your backpack because you're sleeping over tonight and at a teammate's house? And so I might make observations like that, suggesting you have a lot of stuff and I don't know where you're putting it. And so, but I'm trying not to like overly mother him.
But it's interesting because one of the things that I find in the work that I do and with people is we have lost the art of having a conversation.
Absolutely.
We know how to rag each other and drag each other and cuss each other on social media. Our thumbs are become our tongues, but we don't know how to have a conversation and how to say to people things that I think are important to say. I'm seeing it in the world everywhere right now, that there are things that need to be said that aren't being said. I think because people just don't know how to have that conversation.
It's true.
So one of the things that I would offer people, not you, but
Well, I'll take any advice.
is to be willing, and because I think what you're saying is you don't want to cross boundaries and you don't want to step in
For the little things.
Yes.
If somebody's really doing something that I feel isn't serving them and
or harming you
or harming me or harming somebody else, I have to say something.
Right.
And how I say it is everything. And I think I've mastered that conversation. But yeah, I do think other people are just ranting on Facebook or social media, and they've lost the grace of the delivery.
Just communication. So I would encourage people to learn how to say, when you see something, when you feel something, when you know something, that someone you care about is off center, ask them, are you open to some feedback?
That's great.
Can I offer you some feedback? And if they say no, no problem. But if they say yes, then now we got to master the art of learning how to say it, because so many people remain unhealed and disconnected because the people around them enable them to stay that way.
Yes. And there's tons of reality shows that
prostituting pain.
Absolutely.
Prostituting pain. And with each commercial break. And far be it from me, because I'm in the reality show genre, but I don't do reality television. I do real television.
There's a difference.
Oh, yeah.
There is absolutely a difference.
Absolutely.
There's also something you and I have in common.
What's that?
Our love of Law and Order.
Oh!
Half hour, right? So which half hour do you love the best? When they do the crime, solve the crime, or convict them?
Well, I love the second half because I'm a frustrated criminal defense attorney. So I started in the district attorney's office in New York City. That's where I did my law school internship.
Did you grow up knowing or feeling you wanted to go that route?
No. I wanted to be a nurse.
That? You did?
I wanted to be a nurse. I wanted to wear a white uniform and white shoes and a little white hat. I wanted to be a nurse. Yeah, but I got pregnant at 16. And I did finish high school, and the day I showed up for nursing school, and they do the orientation, they took us into the lab, and there was a jar, it had a pig in it.
Ooh.
In the formaldehyde. And so I asked the teacher, the professor, is there ever going to come a time when me and that pig have to be introduced to one another? And she said, oh, the pig, the frog, the hen, the pig. I said, okay, I'm out. Let me go find something else to do.
You're like, because this isn't breakfast.
Right. The thing that I've learned over the years, however, is that it's not that I wanted to do the actual nursing. I wanted to be in the profession of healing.
There you go.
Which I am. And it's not, I didn't go to law school. I thought I went to law school to learn man's law. I really went to law school to teach me how to think. I had never been taught how to think. Analytical thinking, discretionary thinking, focused thinking. I didn't know how to think. I went through school and because I had so much trauma at home. Yeah. It was everything I could do to just, I went to school to escape home. I didn't go to school to learn anything.
Did you, when you were at law school, when you were in New York, because you grew up in New York.
Brooklyn's in the house.
Yay! When did you decide to move to Maryland?
The last time I was slushing through the snow on 6th Avenue and fell down, and I said, I can't do this. I'm done. I'm out.
But you're so Maryland's like, you still get seasons.
Yeah, we get seasons, but it's 10 degrees warmer than New York.
I hear you.
Yeah, and there's no subway. And you got to drive everywhere unless you're in the inner part of Maryland, like Baltimore, the inner city. I'm not. My neighbors are cows, chickens, and raccoons.
I love that. I love that. So what advice, before we wrap up, what advice do you have for anybody and everybody that wants to just fix their life?
Breathe. Connect. And have a clear vision of what your life would look like once you MasterPeace.
And where can we learn more about everything you're doing with MasterPeace and
Well,
you and your show?
Iyanla.com, if you go to Iyanla, let me spell that, because if people spell it the way they say it, they'll be on Amazon.
Buying something that you're like, this isn't her.
Right. Iyanla. E. The I is a E. Iyanla.com, you can find out about everything. And then it's MasterPeace Body Therapy.com.
And where can we buy that?
Online.
Excellent.
MasterPeace Body Therapy.
I'm excited. I'm going to be your biggest customer.
Well, yeah, take a look at the New Beginnings. But what I think you'll like is the Afterglow Shower Oil.
I love me an Afterglow.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm always about Afterglow.
Oh, yeah, Afterglow. You put it on in the shower.
Really?
And rinse it lightly. And it will, you don't have to put any other product on.
And next time I have a bad day at work, you've got me covered.
Do purification.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. Good luck with the show.
Thank you.
And
I
have
hope
fun.
to see you soon.
Don't make it work.
No, it'll be fun.
Make it fun.
I promise.
Okay.
Thanks, everyone. We'll see you soon.